In this video, I am going to show you how to make a Vikkel braid in the round, a technique that is used in the Elio Knot Tank top. I am currently working on the neckline. I've already picked up the stitches and worked one round in stockinette. Before starting the row, I'm going to switch down to a smaller needle size because Vikkel braids tend to stretch the stitches out. I am switching from a 4mm needle down to a 3.5mm needle. Some instructions ask to make a setup stitch at the start of the Vikkel braid round using M1R. I'm not going to do that because that would require me to reduce the stitch at the end. Instead, I'm going to start right away. First, knit through the back loop of the second stitch on the left needle. Wrap the yarn around and pull it through just the second stitch. Then, without dropping the second stitch, knit through the front loop of the first stitch. Pull the working yarn tight to avoid creating stitches that are too loose. Drop both stitches at once. Now you have created one Vikkel braid. To start the next Vikkel stitch, move the first stitch on the right needle onto the left. Then continue as we did before by knitting through the back loop of the second stitch on the left needle. Without dropping it, knit through the front loop of the first stitch on the left needle. Pull the working yarn tight, then drop both stitches at once. Repeat until you reach the beginning of the round, then we can start the seamless join. Now I have one stitch left to finish in this round. I'm going to continue and make the last Vikkel braid. Once again, slip the first stitch on the right needle onto the left, knit through the back loop of the second stitch on the left needle, then knit through the front loop of the first stitch, drop both stitches at once. Now we're ready to make the seamless join. Without the seamless join, the starting braid and the last braid would not connect, and you would end up with a big gaping hole. So we're going to close that gap by using a crochet hook. So first, find the first horizontal braid made from the loop. It usually looks like it's a slight diagonal rather than a horizontal. Then put the hook through the braid from top to bottom. Turn the hook counterclockwise to make it horizontal. Then slip the first stitch on the right needle onto the hook and gently pull it through from bottom to top. Be careful not to drop the stitch because it's a little tricky, and have some patience. Now put that stitch onto the left needle, and we're not done yet. We're going to repeat this step on the other side, but with a slight variation. Now find the last horizontal braid in the loop and put the hook through just the top leg of that braid, not the entire braid, just the top leg. Then put the first stitch on the left needle onto the hook and pull it through the top leg of the braid. And put that stitch onto the right needle. Now you've created a seamless join and you can't tell where one braid starts and the other stops. From here, you can just continue knitting as the pattern instructs. And that's how you get a seamless join in the Vikkel braid in the round.